Hi, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Coffee and Conversation. I am Ria. I am your host. This is in conjunction with Palma Yacht Crew. My guest today is Till Kraemer. How are you, Till?
Hello, Ria. I am very good. Great to see you this morning.
Yeah, you as well. Now, we have some exciting news. You're a business consultancy and career coach, and you have an event going on tonight for the yachting industry specifically. Can you tell us about it?
Yes, exactly. So tonight, what I'm going to be talking about will be three steps to create a profitable and purposeful business, with the special intention to do this for yacht crew and people working on boats, because I have talked to many people, and I've seen many people are struggling with how to create an impactful and profitable career after working on boats. So I'm very pleased to see about probably 20, 25 people tonight coming to this event. It's going to be an inspirational evening where I will talk about my three-step success system, where I will teach the most important elements you need to know in order to create yourself, to set up yourself for creating a business or a career change which is matching your personal strengths.
So have you found that there's a lot of yachties that come out? What age range, generally speaking, in yachties do you find that they're coming out of yachting and they're looking to create shore-based businesses?
Basically, that has there is a variety of age, but what I've been seeing is when it comes to the mid 30s, people start seeing, well, okay, I have a family, I want to have a family, I want to have a more organized life. I want
Mhm.
to feel more in control of my life, and I want to be I just want to be doing something different, uh, but I still want to maintain actually my lifestyle, which
Right.
is earning substantial money, and also doing things which are in alignment with who I am. I like I like to be on the sea. I like the nice lifestyle. I oftentimes have seen that people like fashion and beautiful things. Like it's about beauty all the time. Yeah,
Well, and I
and I
guess
will
they like
talk.
to travel a lot as well.
They like to travel a lot, so it's based upon those things, and I will talk about those things tonight because it's about creating brainstorming and ideas, and not missing out and just taking, oh, I take this opportunity to do whatever kind of multi-level marketing system because it seems like a good opportunity, and you work yourself, you want to be working in front of the computer, but you just simply not are that person. um, so coming back to your question, because I lost a little bit the route, it begins in the 30s, and oftentimes it can be that people even starting when they come to the early 50s. That's oftentimes, or that's oftentimes for captains, chief engineers. They oftentimes come to a later point in the 40s, 50s. I just started working with a captain who is in his late 40s. So I see there is this age, but in general, it probably would be a bandwidth between the 30s and the 50s.
Do you think it's possible for somebody in their 50s to start a business that is successful, that has longevity?
Oh, yes, I definitely do. And the reason for this, I just shared an article on LinkedIn and on my Facebook, which is from Forbes. And Forbes found out with a study which they did with the MIT Institute that there's people starting a business with 45 and up are having more success than younger people. So, of course, we know Mark Zuckerberg and we know all the youngsters, they found the unicorns when they were 25 or in their 20s, where you have more energy. But what happens if you come to a place where you go more into a more elderly stage, is you become more aware about your strengths, you become more aware about what it actually is, you become more capable, you become more sustainable as such, as life brings this with it. So so not only studies have found out, I know it from firsthand, because I work a lot with people. Well, I do work with 20s, with twins, of course, as well. But I have a lot of clients who are in their 40s and in their 50s, because then they come to a point where they are responsible, where they create a business model with less risk, but still with the overview of, okay, this is something what I always wanted to be doing. And thus, by combining those things, it becomes longevity. It becomes long-lasting, a business which sustains itself for a long time.
Do you find that the yachting population in general, when they do come on shore, that their business models literally are still within the yachting industry, but just only shore-based?
Yes, that is what I oftentimes found, and this is what I actually, which is good to a certain point, because I will talk tonight, I will address this topic, I will talk about the niche and how you can actually um, think, who are you? What would be the best way to create a business model targeting a certain audience where you resonate best with? Yeah, I will
Right.
talk about this afternoon and then tonight at 6:30. But yes, probably they are missing out on a big element out of the yachting industry, because there are certainly some teachings and some learnings they can take and teach other people, and there is certain skill set and certain capabilities Yacht Crew have gathered out of their work, which they can use in the services that they are creating.
Right. So tonight is about ideas and trying to teach people how to find those ideas that are going to work best for them, and things that they're comfortable with in as far as setting up a shore-based business for long term.
Yes, it is, but it's not only about ideas. It is directly wiring. So, so I will do, for example, I will talk about values and who are you uniquely standing for? Who are you, and what do you uniquely stand for? And thus, it will directly create the awareness about yourself. So it is, my intention is, yes, giving ideas, but always bringing it back to the awareness and consciousness who you are. And thus is what it is. And people might not know when they come to this talk, but putting yourself in the game of understanding who you are and thinking precisely what it is takes a lot of courage, takes a lot of bravehood to actually do this, because it's tougher than just saying, okay, okay, I make a real estate business here. Unconsciously seems that I can make some good money. I will go for this. Yeah, that's a different approach. But at the same time, it's a lot more fulfilling as you are able to use the things that make you unique, that give you a glance in your face. This is something which will show up in your daily ability to serve your clients, but for your personal satisfaction at the same time. So these two things, and this is what I learned in my own career path, that actually, if you are able to connect the dots between the things what make you unique, you will very, very likely be blessed by life, that it shows up into prosperity and into something profitable, regardless if you sign up for a job, or if you create a job which matches you best, or if you create a business which matches you. So Basically, and there is studies have found out that purpose-driven organizations are way more profitable than just money-driven enterprises.
So, and this would go for the entire world. It doesn't matter whether you've been in yachting or not. How important is it to love what you do?
That's the key question, what people are saying when it comes about purpose. Yeah. So if we talk about purpose, then there is, yes, there is this great there is this great possibility that you can get the satisfaction if you really hit it. But there is also a slight chance that you overwhelm because you simply don't find it. So I call it purposeful business rather than purpose business, because then it lowers a little bit more the expectation of hitting the purpose, because there are many people chasing their life purpose, doing a job, and simply don't find it. Mm-hmm. But I've been just listening to a great image, or to a metaphor, which someone who is running an institute called the True Purpose Institute, who basically actually said, I have a good notice for you if you want to create your true purpose. If you think about creativity, and if you think about it from a universal perspective, you have the feminine and the masculine. And when those two things merge, then it's about creation and creativity. So in the moment when those two merge and you feel that you're creative, you're actually at the highest possible point of creativity and creation. You cannot be more living your purpose at that stage. So the good news is, the more you follow this creative path and the more you connect it with the more you are able to connect it with a strategy, how to build a career, how to create a business, because that's the second part what we need. We need the fun part. We need to identify what it actually is, but then we need to be just really, really practical and then say, how can I create a proof of concept that my model works? So it is about proof of concept and not creating a website, not creating a flyer or everything set there if you haven't proved it. So you need to prove it spot on. And this is what I do with my clients. And this is what I want to show tonight as well, is have an idea, but then prove that the idea works. And this is then the second important element, because then once you have proven that your idea works on a smaller scale, then you can actually create the profitable part. So first of all, it's merging the knowledge of what you have with an approach to go to market and see if that works. And once you have created this, the business model around yourself and the market match, then you can make it profitable by creating systems and by creating a setup where you can leverage really what you're doing, if that makes sense.
Well, there's probably a million more questions that I could ask you, but that's what tonight is all about, is the questions. I mean, you're obviously going to be doing a general talk, but then afterwards you are there to answer any questions that anybody may have, correct?
Yes, and then there is, and I want to say something. There's a unique opportunity to come tonight, because thanks to the host of Vagabundos restaurant, they are going to serve some free tapas afterwards. So the event begins at 6. It's the reception. People can get a water, can purchase a drink at the bar, and then the presentation starts at 6:30, and then around 8 o'clock we have the restaurant open. Not the restaurant open, but the host Vagabundos will serve some free tapas. And then we will have a nice networking opportunity. I will be there answering questions. And maybe eventually people meet their business partner, talk about their projects, because then it's about connecting people. And I will make that interactive as interactive as possible. I will do some exercises where people can mingle already in the talk. So there is a great opportunity as well to connect with other people, which is important to have a buddy where you can work on your project.
Yeah, for sure, because then you have somebody to sort of banter ideas off of, which is
Yes,
something we all need for
exactly,
sure.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, well, I am going to, when we post this interview in just a few short hours, I'm going to make sure that we have the event information available there if people are interested in going, because,
Yeah,
it is something that I think a lot of people, generally straight across the world, people struggle with when they want to become entrepreneurs and business people. It's very difficult to go out on your own because there's a lot of insecurity that goes with that. Am I
great.
making the
Yeah,
right choice? Am I doing the right thing? Is this the pathway that is meant for me? Is this going to be profitable? So the ability to actually have the chance to speak to someone like you that can give that advice, and can help you find your true passion and your true calling in life, and to start up your own business and match people with people that can be that buddy. That's great. And I thank you so much for giving the yachting community this opportunity.
yeah. Thanks for the interview, Ria.
No, thank you, Till. And unfortunately, I'm not able to make it tonight, although I would have loved to have been there. Media is 24 hours a day, so I'm generally in front of my computer.
Of
Um,
course, of
but
course.
I do look forward to maybe chatting with you again on Skype one day. And please do keep us up to date with what you're doing. And if there's any more sort of events like this that come up in the future, we'd love to get the word out there for those that need it.
Maybe one last thing. If people are interested in having a conversation, if people cannot make it, they can just ping me or they can just send me an email, and then we can always make a one-on-one connection on the phone or virtually. Because I work worldwide. I have clients in the US. I have a client in Australia. So I work worldwide. So that's just an opportunity for other people if they listen and they just want to come out.
Well, brilliant. Then maybe you
Yeah,
can provide me with your email address and I can
yeah,
provide
great,
that on the interview as
great.
well.
Okay, great.
Excellent. Thank you, Till. Have
Thank
a
you, Ria.
wonderful day. And
Yeah,
I wish you all the best of success this evening
yes,
at the event. And I hope it goes well.
yeah. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. This has been Ria
Yeah.
for Yachting International Radio and the Palma Yacht Crew blog. Tune in again for the next show.